I'm talking here with Shay Garvey, our guest venture capitalist investor, and I just want to ask you what you think of green machines.
I think it's fantastic. I think it's great. It's much more, how would I say, developed, closer to market. There are some commercial products here. Therefore, I think it'll have a bigger impact for people who they can actually go out. You can cycle that bike, you can push that drum, you can sit in that chair. So in that sense, it's great. And then it also has a combination of prototypes of next gen.
Excellent. And which of the items here, which did you invest in tonight?
Okay. I suppose there are two aspects to it. There's one where energy is conserved or created, or in some ways, and used immediately. So you eliminate transmission energy and efficiency loss, because there's so much loss in, wherever you generate energy and use. So anything where you're generating it and using it on the spot immediately, I think is great. And on that basis, I would think the power plastic, because that can be used, and there were two. There was that one on PaveGen, where they're integrated, the generation and use, and both of those I think would score very highly. And then, on a completely different criteria, I think this one here, what's it called?
Oh, radical means, the concrete.
Yeah, the concrete. I mean, that's very disruptive. I mean, concrete works are one of the dirtiest and most environmentally pollutive types of processes. I mean, it's 200 years old. It's complete. We have to figure out a new way, and that looks very interesting. If that really worked, it would disrupt the whole building industry.
Yeah.
So, and of course, it's going to take a while, but basically, it looks sustainable. It's going to be low cost, and if it can produce the same functionality, rigidity, or whatever, that's a winner. So, they were the two. I think the other thing I like is, and a very important thing, that because I do look at a lot of clean tech stuff, but anything to do with the consumer has to be aesthetically pleasing, has to be fun, and to get adoption, it has to be fun. It has to have some other thing that is better, more fun than what they use at the moment. It can't be sold on it's better for you or it's better for the environment. Forget it. So along those lines, and they are the more commercialized products or whatever, I think the Go Cycle bike is great, but particularly the turbine, the vertical wind turbine. I think I mentioned it. I mentioned it to you before. I've looked at this. I've looked at some of these other companies doing this, and they just look ugly.
Yeah.
I like that. That is a living sculpture. Yes. I could put that in our back garden.
It's very pretty. And
it's very pretty.
Do you look then? Are you seeing more and more items like you see on display here? Are you seeing more and more items in your business?
Oh yeah. Yeah. I was at a talk earlier today, and they were saying here in Ireland that I do a lot of early stage investing. That something like 30% of all new startups are in some way clean tech related, which is, 3 years ago it was less than 5. Yeah. So there is an increasing amount. But I think what's interesting here, and it's very important, form and function. I see a lot from engineers who are figuring it out, and they come up with something that is of great function and lousy form. Yeah. This is really important, is it's the form and function.
Yeah, and there are even some things here that have a form before we've figured out the function.
Well, but that, as an engineer myself, I'd say that's, you can't do that. But on the other hand, it all has to do with driving adoption. So something like that.
The lateral lamp, yeah.
The lateral lamp. It's fun. That could become a party piece, sort of stuff or whatever, So it's valid enough to start off with foam because, with what's going on in nanotechnology and flexible photovoltaic cells, you can actually, it could be driven by foam.
Great. Well, thanks a lot for investing tonight.
Not at all. You're welcome.